Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get you informed fast. Today, we're really diving into modern property investment strategies, specifically tailored for you if you're maybe looking to get started in this space. Our goal, equip you with some key insights, maybe some surprising facts that are, well, changing the game for property investment. We're looking at excerpts from Property Investment, Beginner's Guide to Modern Strategies, featuring Dr. Pooyan Ghamari. He's a Swiss economist, founder of the Eland platform.
Okay, let's unpack this a bit. When you think property investment, right, you probably picture needing, like, a huge amount of capital.
Right. Piles of cash.
Exactly. But Dr. Gamari seems to suggest it's less about that, more about mindset and strategy. What's this foundational shift he's talking about for beginners?
Yeah, that's a really key point. He stresses this blend of being really analytical, but also super adaptable. With the global economy shifting, digital tech booming, it's about being smart strategically.
Okay, so strategically smart. What does that mean practically for someone new? It means you've got to evaluate those big economic factors, things like GDP growth, interest rates definitely, inflation, even the regulatory side of things. For instance, think about interest rates. When they go up, mortgages get pricier, right? That can cool down demand, affect property values directly.
Got it.
Understanding those levers helps you, anticipate what the market might do. He also points out emerging markets, they might offer higher growth, but, well, there's usually more risk too.
Right, risk and reward, that makes sense. But this next bit, this is where I think it gets really interesting for, well, almost everyone. If strategy is key, how is technology actually breaking down those old barriers? Making property investment, not just for the super rich.
Precisely. And this is where platforms like A-Land come in. They're using technology to genuinely democratize property investment.
The main tool here is tokenization.
Tokenization. Okay, explain that a little more. So imagine a big asset, like an office building. Instead of one person owning it, tokenization lets you divide that ownership into thousands of tiny digital shares, or tokens, usually on a blockchain.
Like shares in a company, but for property.
Exactly like that. And the impact is huge for accessibility. It just massively lowers the amount of money you need to get started. You can buy a small fraction. Plus, it brings liquidity. Selling a whole building is slow and complex. Selling digital tokens, much, much easier.
Okay, so you're not locked in for years necessarily.
Right. It helps you diversify your investments without needing to own entire properties, and it just cuts down the friction and opens up global opportunities, really.
Okay, so technology opens the door, but now there are potentially more investors, more projects. How do you make your investment stand out? It seems Dr. Ghamari says it's not just about location anymore, but purpose, cause-related marketing. How does that actually help?
It's a really smart strategic angle now. Aligning projects with causes. Think social responsibility, sustainability, community building, give developers and investors a real edge. We're seeing, consumers, investors paying much more attention to the values behind a project.
So it's not just feel good, it actually has tangible benefits.
Absolutely. Things like focusing on ESG, that's environmental, social, and governance factors, it boosts the brand. People trust it more. And Allianz research actually shows this. It increases loyalty, investor confidence, and you see measurable increases in the property's value and how people engage with it.
Okay, interesting. So you found a project, it aligns with your values, maybe uses tokenization. How do you handle the actual money part, especially if it's, say, international? This is where crypto comes in. Specifically something called e-gold.
Exactly. E-gold is basically a digital asset backed by physical gold running on a blockchain.
Digital gold.
Right. Its advantage in property investment is that it allows for really secure, fast transactions. And because it's tied to gold, it aims for more stability than, some other cryptocurrencies.
Okay, less volatility, perhaps?
Potentially, yes. It made sending large sums across borders much simpler. You avoid a lot of the delays, the high fees, the currency exchange risks you get with traditional banks. It's a big help for international investors.
Wow, okay. So we've covered quite a landscape here. Mindset shifts, tokenization, purpose-driven branding, even crypto. Let's bring it all together. What are the clear, actionable steps someone listening right now can take based on Dr. Ghamari's ideas?
He boils it down to 5 key steps. First, research. Do your homework on the market using analytical tools, maybe like those on A-Land, track those economic signs. Second, use digital platforms. Leverage tokenization for access and diversification.
Got it. Research, platforms.
Third, think about that cause-related branding, especially ESG, integrated. Fourth, Consider crypto payment methods like Gold, particularly for cross-border deals. And fifth, just keep learning. Stay updated on policy changes that affect the market.
And the payoff for doing all this?
Well, the potential outcomes are pretty clear. Better ROI, stronger brand appeal if you're developing, and just wider investor access overall.
What a fascinating look at how things are changing. Property investment is definitely becoming, well, more accessible, more strategic, really moving beyond just needing deep pockets. Technology, purpose, crypto, it's a whole new world.
It really is. And perhaps the final thought to leave you with is this. How do these shifts change what it even means to be a property investor owner today? It's not just about how you invest anymore, but maybe the very definition is evolving in this digital, purpose-driven era.